Alright, hello everyone, my name is Joseph Corson, channel is called Ethernet Wing. Second video, and now we're going to come back into talking about my algorithms and the performance and some issues I've come into and how I've overcome them and how maybe if you have the same problems you can fix it as well. So, to kick things off, I got a script now, alright? I got the thoughts organized, so we're going to go off of that. Now, I'm actually going to go out of the order, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to update you guys on the live algorithm and talk about it a little bit because it's different now. It's a totally different algorithm, which is funny, but ooh, they changed the way the candles look. That looks a lot better. And now the reason that I'm doing this is because of one flaw I saw in my first ES algorithm. Now that flaw was that it was trading the wrong expiration contracts. Now, let me pull up the CME calendar. So for this month until March 17th of this year, we should be trading ESH23. Those are the contracts we should be trading, the product code, if you will. What my algorithm was doing is trading ESM23. Now those have a settlement date of June 16th. Now you can see the issue there. Both contracts exist, both are fine, you know what I mean, but it's not what I'm intending. And now what that could also lead to is my risk assessment being a bit different. Because let's say I hold one of these further expiration contracts into when it becomes a newer expiration, those percentages are different. You know what I mean? 3% of an ESM is not 3% of an ESH. So that would lead me to, in backtest, having instances where I have maybe I have a bracket order set at a 3% take loss, 3% take profit and a 3% stop loss, and I might be getting trades with like a 2% RR, you know what I mean? And I'd be looking at it and I'd brush it off and not realize that this was actually a fucking really big issue in it. And I don't care that I cursed. This is algorithmic trading. I don't think any 3-year-olds are gonna be on here looking for unboxing videos. All right, though. So now I'm gonna provide you guys with an update of the new one. It's doing all right. It had an instance where it was up 2%. Now it's down about 0.5%. It had some instances of green in the middle of the day. I hope you guys saw that right. I might have to redo that part. But I'm gonna go over how I fixed it because this part of the code could be just useful for anybody. So I use the original code from QuantConnect's future example algorithm because I'm gonna say this once. Don't feel bad about copying code like that. Why would you reinvent the wheel? It's like doing math. If someone shows you how to do an equation perfectly with their code, why would you try and recreate it? Just use that code. You didn't come up with the idea for linear regression, and if you did for your specific project, then why make it harder for yourself? You did the hard part. You had the idea. Now just implement it, and you're chilling. So what I did was I used the OG code from their futures example template algorithm, and now that led me to have the issue. And so now what I do is, another change I made is the trades in extended hours. I don't know why anybody would make a futures program that doesn't use extended hours, because that's so much data that you're leaving on the table and so much price volatility that you're not exposing yourself to be able to protect, you know? So let's say CPI comes out in the morning and you wick down so hard and everything that you might want an entry, you might want a stop loss, you might want something, but you wouldn't be able to get it because you're trading futures. You have an automated strategy for futures, not in extended hours. Great, you know? So what I do is I go self dot whatever equals self dot add future, whatever future I want, comma extended hours. I set filter the time data, whatever my object is, dot set filter, time delta 0, time delta 182, right? That just narrows down the futures contracts to basically all the relevant ones. And then in my code to find, can I get this? Yeah, this is all not important. In my code to actually buy the future, I use this code. I use this code right here. And that is because I'm now sorting the contracts by open interest. So I always get the most liquid one, and then I just have to sort them, reverse it, and pick that first contract. So you see right here, I'm sorting it, right there I'm reversing it, and then I'm picking the first contract from that list. That one will be the best expiration. And then in my particular case, I store the price. That way I can use a limit order. Now what that code ensures is I'm always buying the most liquid, closest to furthest to expiration contracts. So I'm not gonna have that problem anymore. Whatever take profit and stop loss I set, it's always true to that number. Now, furthermore, with the live trading algorithms. Now, I made the same concept program for CL, for oil futures. And that was the initial goal, was to kind of make the structure of it, the framework, get all the nitty gritty down for ES, and then actually make it work for commodities. That was sort of my initial plan. If it worked incredibly well for ES and NQ and everything, that of course keep them. And of course I'm going to try and make it work well with ES, because making it work well with CL took way less time than I thought. I also changed the concept of it a little bit. It's not that I'm nervous someone else will take this strategy, because I think that it's a strategy like that other people would take, you know? I don't think that it's that out of question to have somebody use this strategy already on their own. You know, so maybe at some point in the future I'll save it, but I'll share it, but not right now. I want to get some customers first, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to sell this. Now, where is the back test I want to show you guys for CL? So here are the results for a back test from January 1st, 2017 to, I believe, January 13th, 2023. So it trades 3 contracts at a time and has this return of 528% return with 3 contracts. With 1 contract, it's about 150-ish. And yeah, I'm very happy with this. And if we scroll down a little bit more, we could see some other data about it. I have a Sharpe ratio over 1, and I have a win rate of 59%, and it's a 1-to-1 risk to return. So I'm winning 9% more trades than I need to, and it trades just over 1,000 times in the time that it's trading. So you might be wondering why I'm not totally ecstatic about this, and I am. I'm very happy about it. But I have a nervousness with it, and it's that, what if you turned on the strategy right here? You're gonna have about 2 years of sideways price action. Of course, then you go on an incredible streak. But in that meantime, if you started right here, 252,000, you ended up going down to 167,000. I'm not too sure what that is in percentages, but that's a lot. You know what I mean? Why would you keep this on at that point? You know, when you already have it on for a while, you're still up 60%, which is phenomenal. So maybe you'd be more inclined to keep it on, or maybe you would change it. But look at what comes afterwards. Even right here, what if you turn it on right at the top of the wick, and then boom, you're down 10-ish%. Of course, then you go on to get incredible returns, even right here. That's my fear with this, is that a good strategy won't get its time to shine because of blips. You know, like that whole 2-year section of this chart is a blip in the grand scheme of things, because you're still getting a 5x return, more than a 5x, 528%, you know? And so that's just one of the things that makes me nervous about it. And it's not because that the strategy is bad. Of course, obviously the strategy is good and the strategy works, but it doesn't work in that period of time. Why? I don't know yet. I'm not too sure. Maybe it's in my machine learning model. Maybe it's in the way I calculate this one thing I'm not too sure I want to share just yet. Maybe it's in my specific buy conditions after we go through all the machine learning. Who knows? I don't know yet. But that's what I plan on finding out. Now, the gauge that I'm using to pretty much see when these algorithms are done, because they're never done, but when it's close enough, is, would I be comfortable selling it? Now, hindsight's 2020. So of course, in January of 2017, I would love to sell someone this algorithm because I would get paid and so would they. But what about right now? That's pretty much the point of this YouTube channel, is that we can track these things live and see, and for me to see, and for you guys to relay back to me, how you would feel about it. You know, some people are absolutely amazing, and they're just animals, and they would be totally fine with holding through that 2-year drawdown. They wouldn't even bat an eye at it, you know? Like, right here, there's 1 day with a 20% drawdown. There's actually 2 days like that in that period. Why would you keep it on? Well, we know now because 3 years down the road, you're at about you're at 3 times what it's at right now, but you don't know that back then. That's my only fear regarding these. I still think that the strategy is good, and I'm being proved that the strategy is good. But that's the one thing that makes me nervous. Now, moving on from that, what I feel I need to do is change my ES algorithm to have the same edge, quote unquote, because it's still the same idea, as this one. Because the consistency in this one is, I want to say better, but I'm not too sure. It feels like it's better than in than in ES. And the reason for that, of course, I don't know. But maybe it lies in this specific kind of edge, because I'm using a different kind of edge. I almost gave away the entire thing right there. But doesn't matter. I could just edit it out if I need to. But I'm going to change ES to it. I already have, but it's not very good. It still returns well, but only in 2022. 2022 is a weird year, but I don't know why. I can just make algos for it like that. I don't know. I've made Sharp ratios of 4 just in 2022 that totally break in every other time frame. It's tremendous. But yeah, I want to... Is there anything else I need to talk about? I talked about ES, talked about the contracts expiring. Okay, one other thing I want to talk about with ES is if I do change it, I have to totally re-optimize the algorithm. And that's because I'm using a different buy condition, different long and short condition. And so I need to totally re-optimize it, and that's completely fine. But it'll take time, so you guys would have to be a little patient waiting on updates. Maybe I could change some new things about CL, try and get it to just be more consistent, maybe be a little bit more selective in the trades it takes. Yeah, and I think this is the last thing on the list. One other thing that I want to do is change the algorithm that I have paper trading live from my little messed up ES one to CL. And that's because I feel like I'd be more comfortable selling someone CL than ES. So let's see how it does. See how it goes. Basically what that is. Yeah, I think that's it. I hope that you guys got some value in this. Also, if anybody is watching this and is trading on Quant Connect, there we go, and would just like some tutorials about it, because I've struggled to find good futures videos about Quant Connect on YouTube, on their forum, on everything. So if you guys would find value in me making a tutorial video about how to just make a basic algorithm with futures, like a moving average cross algorithm with futures, so that way you guys can understand why some of the lines of code are there and why you should have them too. Maybe, you know, maybe you're not iterating through the futures chain the way you think, and you're banging your head against the wall. Well, this guy might have the solution, and it's okay to copy his code, is basically what I'm going on about. Also, 2023 is the year. Maybe. I really hope so. Alright, I'm not going to get off track though. This is an algorithmic trading YouTube channel, not a Formula 1 channel, but we still like it. Anyways though, I think that's all I want to talk about in this one. I'm going to get this video edited together and get it out to you guys. I have no idea how long it's going to be, and I have no idea when I'm going to start putting out shorter, more specific videos. Hopefully in the future, I figure out how the hell to record my screen and I stop being so cheap and buy software for it on my laptop, because I'm recording this on my phone. I'm going to go put it in iMovie. Stop making excuses. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. My name is Joe. Channel's called Ethernet Wink, and I'll see you in the next one.